Hey guys, how you going? Before I start tonight, I would like to thank Andrew. Thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate that. And all the details for PayPal and Patreon are down below, guys. And you know the thing. Oh, how did we get here? Okay, so a few of you answered me. So the Punisher was originally a Marvel comic fighting bad guys from the CIA in an operation that they said was government approved but was a private army, and they were torturing people and stuff like that. And then John Durham got the nickname the Punisher, and the one on Twitter is a decoder. So that's what I've but what I was thinking was, like, is the Punisher, the one on Twitter, is he someone important? Like, you know what I mean? Is he someone, how can I put it? Someone in disguise, maybe. Okay, so what I'm working out is that people have quite severe cognitive dissonance at the moment, caused by the media and their gaslighting, and they're inducing, like, mass delusion with the public, or people who believe them, sorry. Most of the media are lying about what our leaders are actually saying as well. You can see it with Trump in America. It's exactly the same here. And I have a funny feeling in the UK as well, that they're saying that these leaders are doing things when they're not, and saying they're not doing things when they are. What I suggest is everybody looks for themselves, okay? Go and watch one of Trump's speeches. Go watch one of Scott Morrison's speeches. Go watch one of Boris Johnson's actual speeches, instead of listening to what the mainstream media are telling you that they're saying. None of them are perfect. They're not going to be perfect, but they're the best we've got right now. And I really do think people should go and listen to them for themselves, because what is happening right now too is the media exposing themselves as to how bad they actually are, which is why my video yesterday saying that they were ridiculous, because they really, really are. And I would also suggest that everybody go and watch the Money Masters or the Money Makers. It's a just over 3 hour or maybe 4 hour documentary about how banks started and what they were before that, because they were in government hands, and government did not charge interest on loans. So when you got a loan, it was just the loan. There was no interest until the private banks took over. So I would suggest everyone go watch that, because people seem to think that when the government has a hold of utilities and certain things of importance, that they are going to run amok with that. I don't think that's going to happen, because I think it's more dangerous when you put your public utilities, like your electricity and your water, in private hands. At least the government can kind of be accountable, but we've got to hold them accountable. That's the thing. We've got to. The people have to learn to search everything and hold these people accountable. And I still think things could go dark for a day or two, or 10, 3 or 10. Take your pick. I don't really care, but I have a funny feeling that it will happen, and I'll read this in a minute. And all of these platforms that are censoring us so hard, I have a funny feeling they either will collapse and something new will be made in their place, or they'll be broken up and taken over by different things. And it's a funny thing too, one more thing before I start reading this, is I used to think it would be good to have a mix of like all sides in government in power, because, you know, then people couldn't get away with doing certain things. But from where I'm sitting now, I can see the problem with that, and that is that, okay, we've got a Liberal government and you've got a Labor Premier in Victoria, say, okay? Now, if Labor want to get in, all they need to do is make the Liberals look bad by doing exactly what Daniel Andrews is doing right now. And people are blaming Scott Morrison, and when Daniel Andrews is clearly the one locking down and doing all this, and the media is not helping either. That's what I mean by the media is pushing all this because they all work for China. Daniel Andrews, the media, and the media here, and the media over in the US, and the media in the UK are all helping China for some reason. So yeah, when you've got different sides in government, it's not hard to make the other one look bad, and then they don't work with each other, as we can see right now. Daniel Andrews is not working with the Liberal government, and that's obvious to try and make them look bad, and with the media's help it kind of works. Okay, so let's get into this. This was interesting from Patriot Rod Steele at Patriot Rod Steele. Sometimes I forget to mention the people. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Headlines: the QFS is part of the new internet system being put online. 564 satellites put up by SpaceX. So that's what it was about. Quantum... I can't... Hang on, I'll get there. It can't be hacked and is scheduled to be free to the public. Okay, internet that is free to the public. The president's assault on big tech media censorship. I can't even say his name. That's how bad it is. We're off to save the world. You coming? And oh, I thought there was a thread. I know it's the quantum financial system. Is it? Okay. And remember, this is a trap. New modelling suggests Victoria could record just 10 new COVID cases by the weekend, from 9 News. Remember, this is a trap. Predict good results, then smash them due to Freedom March. They are working overtime to stop what can't be stopped. The eyes of the world are upon us. And that's from Chuk at Chuk Parler at Chuk 1. And that is at Chuk Lisa. And these are good accounts to follow, guys. I get different information from all over the place. And this is Tim Cardella at Speed 369. These can be kind of cheesy. This one is damn good though, and it's the YMCA turned into MAGA. Oh, it's good. It is good. I'll leave the link. I don't want to play it. I don't want to get what do you call it? The strikes against me. And this one from Anon at Anon 85808-750. My view, they call us conspiracy theorists while they tell us lies. Lies and more lies. The world is watching and don't like what they see. I don't think we like what we see, do we? Anywhere in the world, I don't think we're happy with what we're seeing. And that's why I think kind of need to stand up and just say no more. And Tim Cardella again. Arizona government officials admit to falsely inflating the death numbers. How many more liars are out there? and that's Maricopa County. Did I say that one right? Maricopa County. Sounds about right. I think I've heard of it before. Chuk Chuk again. They have a lot of good stuff. Suppressed. We the people have spoken. Look, there's a sign language dude. And Dan Andrews. And it says, we the people have spoken. 2 fingers up. Go, you know what, yourself, Dan. Okay, now an update on children. 39 children found in Georgia. Oh, now I'm mixing these two together. 25 children found in Ohio, and 123 children found in Michigan. MSM, where are y'all? Why is this not a headline story? 24/7 news coverage. Do your damn jobs. And this one, she's just trying to tell people to wear masks, and Corey Lynn just asked, can we please swap out this monster's mask for a such and such gag? Enough of this BS. I'm trying to code talk here, guys. Oh my god. And here, the World Health Organization has warned a move to ease restrictions would be too early, would be disastrous at 9 years, and I bet they're lying. And Chuk Chuk says, of course they would. And then from Prue McSween, who's another, looks like a conservative Aussie, I wonder whether the 70% of citizens who've pledged their support for Victoria and Queensland curfews and border restrictions will be just as supportive when the piper has to be paid back, and that Scott Morrison's state government slugged them with increased taxes. They'll experience job loss and welfare cuts. Interesting. More on Australia here with Dan Andrews. State Liberal MP Tim Smith has labelled Dan Andrews the laughing stock of the nation, arguing it's cruel behaviour for the Premier to make Victorians wait until Sunday for a roadmap for this thing. Apparently he brought one out, and he says he wants to bring it down to 0 cases. Now, cases don't mean deaths. That just means how many people have been tested positive for it. And we all know that not only are the tests not reliable, but they actually pick up pretty much a normal flu. And then from the Australian, breaking, Victoria Greens MP Samantha Ratnam will return to state parliament from maternity leave to provide Andrews' government with a third crossbench vote it needs to pass its state of emergency extension bill. See what I mean? This here, okay. She's Greens, and she's coming off maternity leave just to go in. This is what I think Andrews does. He opens up Parliament just long enough to get a couple of people in there to sign what he needs to pass his state of emergency, and then closes it back down, and when they want to hold Parliament, because Andrews has Victoria shut down, they can't get in. And if they did, they would have to isolate for 2 weeks. And some of them have a quite important job to do, so I can't see putting them away for 2 weeks is going to do anyone any good. 5 minutes away from the SWIFT system being disconnected from the United States. And hello, you quantum financial system. Okay, this is what I mean. I think another internet's coming on board, guys. Quantum financial system and per galactic connection site is an off-world monetary system which can't be rigged, unlike the current financial system, can't be compromised, despite many attempts to do so by the cabal. Cabal's corrupt central banking will collapse. I just want to make sure if there's any more in there. No? Okay. So, there you go. Something interesting could be happening. I don't know. I'm just giving you the information, and it's up to you what you believe and what you want to check out here. Okay, back onto Victoria again. You've been sold out. 3 upper house MPs have agreed to sell out and give Daniel Andrews a 6-month state of emergency blank cheque. They are Andy Medic MP, Animal Justice Party, Fiona Patten, MLC, Reason Party, and Samantha Ratnam, the Greens. There you go. So all these little parties in there might not be the greatest idea. Not when they can do this. I really think he's chucking a shifty. Open and closing for what he wants to do. That's it. Okay. Victoria will not come out of any lockdown until, is it 0 cases, right? Okay. Thanks to Andy Maddock MP, Animal Justice Party, at Fiona Patten, MLC, Reason Party, and Samantha Ratnam, the Greens. Victoria will be in lockdown for a further 6 months. And Proud Old Soldier, who shared it, who's at Grumpy Old Soldier, says, since when was the goal 0 cases? For crying out loud. No, he didn't say for that. He said for F's sake. I'm just saying for crying out loud again. Be nice to just talk and, freely. Malcolm Roberts, this one, the CSIRO again. At today's media conference, I call for the resignation. I read that one yesterday. There you go, guys. And I just wanted to go over some of these resignations. On August 28th, 2020, Chris Grayling from Intelligence and Security Committee of the UK resigned. Also on August, these ones will just be for August 28th. Michael Hennessy, CEO of United Way of Will County, USA, retired. Dheeraj Pandey, CEO and Chairman of Nutanix Incorporated, USA, resigned. Fathi Bashag, I can't say that, Interior Minister, Government of Libya, amid protests, suspended. And Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister, Government of Japan, for health reasons, resigned. Oh, by the way, guys, John Howard went to hospital last week with appendicitis. I haven't heard if he's come out yet or not. Is this his way out of it? Because he is so corrupt. He was the one who disarmed Australia. It was his bloody bright idea. And he was a good friend of Bush. And it was under his watch that Port Arthur happened. Nice place, Port Arthur. Beautiful. It used to be a beautiful touring place. A place to go. Still is, I think. If you're in Tasmania, please let me know. Now, 27th of August, Terry Basham, CEO, Evergy Inc. USA, Jill Crop, Director of Global BC Canada, and one retired, the other one resigned. Kevin Mayo, CEO of TikTok China, resigned. Okay, I will read these ones in a minute. 26th of August, Kevin Clarkson, Attorney General, Alaska, USA, following report that he sent hundreds of texts to state employee, he resigned. August the 26th, 2020, last day will be June the 30th, 2021. Kristen Boone, CEO and President, Funds for the Arts, USA, resigned. Fund for the Arts, we know what the arts stand for. Okay, top 5 resignations by people. Someone mentioned this last time, but I didn't point this one out. Benjamin Netanyahu. He has resigned from 6 positions. Okay. As the Foreign Minister, Government of Israel, he resigned. As the Defence Minister, Government of Israel, to be replaced by Naftali Bennett, resigned. He resigned as the Health Minister. He resigned as the Welfare Minister, the Agricultural Minister, and the Diaspora Affairs Minister. So he resigned from all of those positions. Okay. Brad Anderson, Quesky, Nyan Taki, Jeremy Ross, John Delaney. Okay, I just want to have a look at something here. Australia. Is it gonna... Simon Kelly from Dreamworld resigned. Okay. Oh, we're going the opposite way this time. There's a few in there. Alan Noble from Google resigned in 2018. See, a lot of this was since President Trump came in too. Brett Guerin, Victoria Police Department, Australia. James Packer, Crown Resorts, Australia. John Romano, Telstra. AMP, Craig Miller. These are back in 2018. Let me see if I can get to... What's the most recent one? Sorry guys, if that makes you sick. It does with me. I want to see the most recent ones. Okay, the chairman of AMP, David Murray, resigned. James Murdoch from News Corp resigned. Whoa, that's pretty interesting. Robert Hosking from Karoon Energy Ltd Australia resigned. David Attenborough, CEO of Tabcorp Holdings Australia, retired. He's not a person to be trusted, believe me. Paul Dwyer, chairman, Tabcorp Holdings Australia, to replace by Stephen Craig, retired. Andrew Johnson, Australian Computer Society Australia, resigned. Graham Melrose from Reece Pharmaceuticals, Chief Research Officer. Finance Minister for the government, Matthias Cormann. Fantastic Limited CEO, David Jackson. Freedom Foods Australia CEO, Rory McLeod. Cricket Australia, Kevin Roberts. George Bork, Northern Minerals Australia, the CEO. Lynn Cobley, the CEO of Westpac, retired in May. The Costa Group, Harry Debney, retired CEO. Financial Planning Association, Laurel M. Shaddle, CEO. Wollongong Coal Limited, Mitchell Jakeman, CEO. Australian Federation of Travel Agents, Jason Westby. Alan Jones, the host of... Well, now he's on Sky News Australia. Steve Johnson, Suncorp Australia CEO. Peter Wiggs, Rugby Australia board member. And it goes on and on. So I will put this down below, guys, because there's a few people who have. Viacom, CBS, Paul Anderson, Vice President. There's some interesting ones here too. Mike Baird from the National Australia Bank, Chief Customer Officer. Resthaven, Richard Hearn, CEO. QBE Australia, Jonathan Parry. There are a few interesting ones in here, guys, so quite a few Vodafone ones, which Vodafone went, didn't it? I know Virgin was on its way out from here. Run by none other than... What's his face? I don't even know his... He's that forgettable. Richard Branson, that's it. That thing. He's involved up to the eyeballs too. So... Okay guys, I'll leave it there for tonight. Hope you have a good one. Let me know what you think of all this down below, and I'll put all these links down below. I'll try to sort them out between Twitter posts and articles and if there's videos, okay? I'm going to try and sort them out from now on, so you know that if there's a video I'm showing you, go to that one. If there's Twitter things I'm showing you, it'll be in the Twitter one. And if there's an article I'm showing you like this one, it'll be under the article. Hopefully that makes it easier for you guys, and it's all in the description down below. There's a little arrow on your right hand side of your screen under this video where the title is, and it drops down and shows you all of the links, okay? For those who don't know that that's where it is, it's in the little description box of the video. Okay guys, have a good one, and I will talk to you very soon. And I'm working on something else too, by the way, some projects and operations. Okay guys, have a good one. Bye.